Antalya Province is located on the Mediterranean coast of southwest Turkey, between the Taurus Mountains and the Mediterranean Sea. Antalya Province is the center of Turkey's tourism industry, attracting 30% of foreign tourists visiting Turkey. Its capital city of the same name was the world's third most visited city by number of international arrivals in 2011, displacing New York. Antalya is Turkey's biggest international sea resort. The province of Antalya corresponds to the lands of ancient Pamphylia to the east and Lycia to the west. It features a shoreline of 657 kilometers with beaches, ports, and ancient cities scattered throughout, including the World Heritage Site Xanthos. The provincial capital is Antalya city with a population of 1,001,318. Antalya is the fastest growing province in Turkey, with a 4.17% yearly population growth rate between years 1990 to 2000, compared with the national rate of 1.83%. This growth is due to a fast rate of urbanization, particularly driven by tourism and other service sectors on the coast. The city and thus the province are named after Attalos II, king of Pergamon, who founded the city in the 2nd century BC. Antalya has been settled since prehistoric times. Evidence of human habitation dating back to the early Paleolithic age, Neolithic and more recent periods show that the area has been populated by various civilizations throughout the ages. According to Herodotus, the earliest known inhabitants were a Bronze Age people called the Milyae became prominent in the region. Records from the Hittite period refer to the inhabitants and the area as Lukka, and document lively interactions with neighboring regions in the 2nd millennium BC. It is commonly accepted that Lukka is cognate with the later, Latinized exonym Lycia. The Lukka were known for their seafaring skills and demonstrated a fiery, independent spirit. Neither the Hittites, nor the Arzawa, to the west, could ever dominate them for long. According to Greek legend, there was immigration by a Greek tribe called the Achaeoi to the area after the Trojan War, and eventually many Greek settlements built up along the coast and inland. In the Hellenistic period, the western parts of the later Antalya were regarded as Lycia, whereas the east was Pamphylia, and the extremes east Cilicia, while Pisidia was to the north. These communities grew into independent cities, and eventually a federation was set up, under the name of Pamphylia. Before the ancient Roman conquest, Lycia was a polity with the first democratic constitution in the world, which later partly inspired the American Constitution. Antalya was part of the Lydian kingdom from the 7th century BC until Lydia was defeated by the Persians during the Battle of Sardis in 546 BC. The Macedonian commander Alexander the Great ended Persian rule and in around 334 BC conquered the cities of the area one by one, except for Termessos and Silion, which managed to repulse his armies in 333 BC. After the death of Alexander in 323 BC, a long battle erupted between his generals that lasted until 188 BC. The reign of the Kingdom of Pergamon began with the defeat of the Seleucid army at Apamea. Shortly after this, the city of Antalya was founded. When Attalos III, the last king of Pergamum, died in 133 BC, he left his kingdom to the ancient Romans. At this time, the area is dominated by pirates based in small cities along the coast. During the mid-Byzantine era, the city of Antalya grew beyond the city walls. From the 7th century, Muslim Arabs started to be dominant in the Levant region, and Antalya later played a part in the Christian crusades against Islam. The army of Louis VII sailed from Antalya for Syria in 1148, and the fleet of Richard I of England rallied here before the conquest of Cyprus. In the late 11th and early 12th century, much of the area of the modern province fell to the Turks, especially the Danishmends. From 1120 to March 1207, Antalya was again under the sovereignty of Byzantines. The area was conquered by the Seljuk Turks and recaptured by the Byzantines again and again from 1076 onwards as the Seljuks strove to establish a trading base on the Mediterranean. At one stage, Turkish Lord Kilij Arslan had a palace here. In 1220 Byzantine rule ended for the last time and the city was quickly divided into Christian and Muslim sections. The Christian trading communities including Venetians and Genoese, Alanya also grew and throve during the Seljuk period. The area passed through many hands before its final occupation by the Ottoman Empire under Murat II. In 1432, Antalya also was occupied by Kingdom of Cyprus between 1361 and 1373. Ottoman rule of the coast persisted until the end of the First World War, when Antalya was briefly occupied by Italian troops before becoming part of the Republic of Turkey. In 1921, there are many archaeological sites in the province including 3 national parks and 3 specially protected areas. The coastal districts are Antalya, Gazipasa, Alanya, M.